Mr. Llorenti, thank you for joining us on CGTN. In your view, what motivated the US to carry out this attack? And what might be next for Venezuela?
This aggression is not about human rights, freedom, democracy, or fight against drug dealing. This aggression is about imperialism. This aggression is about the control of natural resources. What the world has witnessed is one of the worst aggressions in this century. It is not an isolated case because the United States has a long history of this kind of actions against the sovereignty of countries. Since 2000, the year 2000, we have witnessed at least 7 cases in which military or undercover operations have violated the sovereignty of countries. As I said, this is part of a long history of aggressions against the peoples of the world, because the United States has the mentality through which they own the whole world. They are after the natural resources of, in this case, Venezuela, which, as we know, has the biggest oil reserves in the whole world. When Iraq was invaded in 2003, Iraq had the biggest oil reserves in the world. When Libya was attacked, Libya had the biggest oil reserves in the whole continent of Africa. So what we are seeing is a pattern of aggression against sovereign nations, and their purpose is not just natural resources, but also geopolitical control. They want to control Latin America because they see it as their backyard.
What implications does this unilateral operation have for international law and order, and what does it suggest about the US's role in global leadership?
The United States does not have any regard to international law, as we have seen. They don't see the United Nations as a venue to gather countries and to solve problems. They see it as an obstacle. They have a long history of human rights, international law violations. If the International Criminal Court would be impartial, it would have the means to solve these kind of issues. A president of a sovereign nation who is being held kidnapped right now in the United States, and Nicolás Maduro should be released immediately, and the whole world, the nations and governments that have some respect to international law should ask and work for the immediate release of the president of Venezuela.